Raquel, when you're ready. Okay. Shop and Travel Business is a one-stop shop for shopping
No,
and
we're not ready yet. After the intro. I love your.
okay. Shop and Travel Business is a one-stop shop for shopping enthusiasts and online buyers. At shopandOwn.com, a personal shopping concierge service, our personal shoppers are experts in their specialized areas and at shopping online. We know how to find what you need at the best prices and ensure that your orders get to you within the stipulated timeline. Today, we'll be hearing from a customer from one of our personal shoppers, Royal Queen COollection Boutique (RQC), and this boutique rather caters to couples, weddings, babies, and customers sourcing goods for special family ceremonies. Here is one. Here is what one of their wedding couples had to say about the service. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Stair. How are you doing?
Hello, we are doing
We're
wonderful.
doing
How are you
fine.
doing?
I'm good, thank you. Actually excited to do this interview. So let's get right into it. So, Mr. and
Good.
Mrs. Stair, I think the big question is how is the marriage going?
Well, we give God thanks. It has been going on well. It is a mixture. It's like a cake, with different ingredients, but at the end of the day, it tastes good.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So, we want to know, did you have your dream wedding? And tell us a little about that.
Your time.
Oh, well, absolutely. Um, what can we say? Dream wedding. I think it's more than just a dream wedding. Leading up to the day we had, the whole planning of a wedding can be, rough
And
sometimes,
then COVID.
enjoyable. But in the midst of it all, we were faced with the great COVID. So that allowed us to face,
Additional
some
challenges.
challenges that we weren't really prepared for. But what um happened is that we were able to adjust and, go through those challenges. And also our wedding planner made those challenges, everything just seems seamless. So we must give God thanks for that as well. The day, if you want me to go to the day, that's another a story in and of itself. It was a beautiful day, beautiful, beautiful day.
Awesome day.
We really saw the hand of the Lord at work, and it was a very memorable day. You know, yeah, I could do it again.
Love this for you. All
Yeah.
right. So, what we want you to do is to share with us your shopping experience with RQC Boutique.
All right. So the experience, it was a good experience. Well, I can speak mostly because I was the main person in terms of you know, collecting the stuff. Well, my
Mhm.
husband and I, both of us, we sat with Marsha and we, went through, saw the different prices, and
Mhm.
she was willing and able to work with us based on our budget, and
Hmm.
getting to us exactly what we were looking for. And she knew she knew our expectations, and
Mhm.
those expectations were fulfilled. um the quality of the products were good. I still have some of them. We really enjoyed, basking and using those products on the day. So it was really a good experience. We had delays in terms of dates being changed, but as
Mhm.
I said before, we were able to adjust, and we were still satisfied at the end of the day.
If I may add, uh, I
Go
was
ahead.
I was very comfortable um, with the fact that with how it was handled, there I did not at any point, you know, behind the scenes worry, and there was no fretting. I was just confident. Masha really, really, she was really on par, on top of things, and even with the challenges that COVID brought up, because of the different stipulations
Yeah.
with trade and all this, the delivery, shipping, and all of that. I mean, she was right there with us, and I mean, everything was just on the ball. In the midst of the crisis, we could, smile at the storm.
Lovely. So I want to ask you guys, what did you like the most?
The
Hmm.
most.
The most. Honestly, it's somewhat hard to choose because, as I said, all of the items were, they had their own little, spunk to them. All of them were nice.
Yeah, we
But
can
what I
see that.
really, really loved was our sand ceremony
All right,
container.
wow, then. Come here.
I
Listen.
really, 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 really love that. It holds, that's one of the most significant aspects of a wedding. Whether a couple choose to do the sand ceremony, whether
Mm-hmm.
they choose to do the cord, the unity cord, but our sand ceremony container, it's really one of the most loved items.
Yes, and I think I didn't have a whole lot in terms of, well, my wife, she got some personal stuff. For
Tell
example,
us about them, of course. Like what? Tell us some of
she
the stuff
got
you got.
the robe,
The bride room.
the right,
Bride robe. We also had well, we still have our cake topper, personalized cake
right.
topper.
It's right. No,
Mm-hmm.
It's
sorry, we couldn't
it's
show it.
right in our room.
Right in our room.
Right. So
Um,
all of these, most of our stuff, they were personalized, and as a result of that, they hold very they're sentimental to us.
Right.
Is there anything else I'm leaving out?
well,
Um,
I think
we had stickers. We had shoe stickers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
yes, shoe stickers.
Um.
But I guess the main thing that I was thinking about is the very same thing that she mentioned at first, which was the sunglass. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm here looking at it with the big S on the front. The, the sun is right there in the background. Yeah, that was awesome.
I am amazed. I think I want to get married. I need to get on this because right, I'm missing out. All right. So is there anything that you would recommend improvement on?
Improvement. Ah, you see, coming from me, I don't know what my wife is going to think of right now. But you see, as I said before, I was so comfortable. I don't honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there were moments when, you know, as I
Mm-hmm.
said, whole challenges, the level of uncertainty in terms of COVID and all that it came with.
Uh,
But our wedding
Mm-hmm.
planner was there to reassure us. You know, well, for me, and I know for Sam as well. For me, sometimes I was really worried, and it was very frustrating in terms of the whole planning when it comes on to the guest list. And I think we made
Right.
about three or so or more guest lists because the whole different the measures and the stipulation and the protocols and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and everything just being bundled together and becoming so pressuring. But as I said, our wedding planner was there to reassure us in the midst. There were times that we had online sessions with her, and she would offer a word of encouragement
Mm-hmm.
and just reassure us in the midst of all that was happening. So in terms of recommendation, what we can recommend is that she continues to do a good job and in everything in
We
in
hope Marsha
everything.
is listening.
Right. In all
Yeah.
her everything. I know wedding planning is something that she loves and she enjoys. So once she loves it, we just encourage her to continue to do her best and make other couples like us as happy as we are.
Beautiful.
and just to say the way how everything was executed in terms of getting this stuff. Well, overall, the wedding overall, but since you're asking about the specifically the in terms
Mm-hmm.
of the things that we purchase online, the execution was seamless, flawless. So if there was anything, if there was anything untoward, we would not have noticed it. The products, they were great.
Mm-hmm.
So if the product had come to us and something was wrong, then we could say yes. But
Mm-hmm.
everything was just perfect. Everything was good. And then getting into it, the experience that she brought us through was just perfect. So honestly, I personally don't. Well, I would say the same thing that my I love to say my wife, that Mrs. Steer. I would say the same thing that Mrs. Steer said. Just continue to do a great job.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, if a couple is waiting to get married and they're listening right now, probably it's me. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Talk to me now.
That's right.
If a couple waiting to get married is listening to you right now, what message of comfort would you like to share with them?
All right, message of comfort. Um, Marriage. Well, in well August, the 8th of August, we celebrated 1 year. So we're
Wow.
pretty much fresh
Very
in this
fresh.
marriage. This thing called marriage is ministry, designed and created by God, called marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of comfort, I mean, yes, we can't go around it. COVID is here. It's it has been here for some time, and we know that it can be, unbearable in terms of
Yes.
the whole planning. Things can become so, you know, harsh, and the whole pressure of everything. But just be patient, you know, take time to know, take time to learn, take time to understand each other and know exactly where each other, where the both of you are. And,
Mm-hmm.
just be patient with each other in terms of planning. Um, you know, don't feel too pressured or feel too rushed, because we know that we're in the season of marriage, and that
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. But as I said, just take time to know each other and be patient with each other. Whatever it is that needs to fall in place, it will automatically fall in place.
Definitely.
And um marriage without Christ, I don't know how it would work. But in the midst of it
It's way
all,
better with
it's
Christ.
way better with Christ. And in the
Way better.
midst of it
Yes.
all, in the midst of your planning, in the midst of your preparation, ensure that you consult God in every single step. Listen, it pays. It pays to consult God. It pays to be connected, because when you're connected to God, you know the next step to take. If it is that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
something and it's not really the time, God will find a way to communicate that to you. So yeah, I think Mr. Steer has much to say on
So,
that
so,
part as well.
so Treasury, I'm not sure if you are asking pertaining to our experiencing that we are gone through a year, or concerning the
Word of comfort.
It's just a
oh,
word of
It's a
comfort. So
word
oh,
of
just a word
whether
of
you
comfort.
want to whether you
Oh,
want to encourage them about purchasing and giving them comfort about during the pandemic, or any advice during your marriage, then sure, go ahead.
I
comfort.
mean, once they are dealing with you guys, the comfort is just automatic. What I would tell them to do is to book you guys, and then the comfort starts.
Wow.
My wife said a mouthful. Honestly, and not because I'm just here. Truthfully speaking, we had a wonderful experience in gathering our stuff. We don't even talk about the trust level.
Mm-hmm.
The trust level is 100. You can't go past 100, but I'm going to give it 1,000%. The trust level, those who are thinking about it can actually trust the business 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I try not to go over what Sister said, but the main foundation was God. And still is, and even coming up to the time, because we had some challenges that we had some rough moments, and it's not because of the relation between us, but it was because of what was going on around us, and we had to slow down and then take a knee and say, God, what's next? Come into this thing, and in this section and help us. And we saw God work through all of it. So it is a beautiful thing. I encourage everybody to get married. I encourage you, Trisha Gay, to get married. I
You don't
speak
have to tell
marriage
me
over your
twice. You
life.
don't have to tell me twice.
Yes.
That's right.
Persons will say when we were coming out to our time, a lot of couples they came to me and they kept talking about teeth and tongue, teeth and tongue we meet and so forth. And I kept wondering why them not tell me about the good stuff. Why
Right.
they keep talking about teeth and tongue, and I mean not teeth and tongue alone. We know that. But going through a year, for me personally, I understand what they actually meant. And it taught us a lesson. We are in the learning stage, and it is helping us because as you go along, things will happen. Yeah, I mean, two different personalities, but then at the end of the day, you work it out. And in working it out, just when you have Christ at the center, trust me, it works wonders. And we can't do any less than to promote Christ, because that's where our foundation is. It is much easier with Christ.
Right. Well, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Stair, for a wonderful time. I can't tell you how encouraged I am and motivated to get married. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. I'll send in my recommendations as well when I do get married. Right? So
Oh, yeah.
before you go, we want to know, do you have anything that you can briefly share with our audience?
Well, I think we would have shared everything that we had to share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I think we would have covered it. Not sure if there are any other questions that you
No,
have
not
to
necessarily. It's just
ask.
it's just an opportunity for you to share anything you'd like. But you said you already covered everything, so that's okay.
Yes.
yes.
All right, that's okay. Thank you guys for coming once more. It was a pleasure talking to you. It
It,
was
wa- it
my
was
pleasure.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was definitely our pleasure being here.
Thank you for having us
Thank you for
You're
having us.
welcome.
already.
All right, listeners and viewers, there are 5 steps to making a purchase or placing an order at shopandown.com. 1. Open a new browser and type in shopandown.com. 2. Select from more featured brands or shop Amazon. 3. Check out at Amazon, or if you do not see the item you wish to purchase, select the tab Get a Quote, then check your email for a message from one of our personal shoppers. 4. Place your order. 5. Wait to receive your delivery. It is that easy. Don't forget to share your experience with us. We love receiving all feedback to continuously enhance our service for your satisfaction. If you want to know more about how to shop and own, you can visit the website at shopandown.com or email us at shopandownbiz@gmail.com or send us a message at 1201 503 6731. I'm Trisha Gay Kelly, and you're tuned in to UME Radio. Live on purpose.